Hello everyone and welcome to, I have no idea what the title of this is because it has been far too long. Can I just start by saying thank you for 1,000 subscribers. I know I've said it on my community post, and I know that I have said it for those that are also on Instagram, but thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's just call it a pre-plan for May, an April catch-up / I can show you what's in my planner for April, even though I didn't do any planning because I was on a break that got extended. Call it whatever you want. But we're here now. We're back in the planner. We're doing all the things. I do have a little checklist here of things that I want to catch you up on. So now that you know I have no idea what the title of this video is, it's going to be filled with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I do want to say that I'm officially an aunt. My niece got here early, so shout out to all the babies that arrived before the baby shower. You're special kind of people. Yeah, so that kind of changes the plans for when I'm gonna go home and how long I'm gonna stay. But I wanted to at least lead with that because May might look a little bit different in terms of daily plan with me since I am working from home now. We'll see how that goes. We are going to go ahead and see what I have in here. This is my A5 quilted caviar leather agenda. I will be honest with you, I still call it that even though on the website I believe there was a name change. I will go ahead and show you what it looks like in hopes that on the website you'll be able to decipher which one, if this is what you're looking for. So that is what we're going to jump into. I feel like I don't even know where to begin, but of course I will put you on the overhead so that you can see inside my planner. Since it's been so long, who knows what it looks like in there, right? So I haven't done a lot of plans. I thought I would, especially for that first week or two, but I should have known better. Right off the bat, my habit trackers weren't tracking. I wasn't in the habit of doing anything other than existing, which seems to be an ongoing trend for me. And you know, someone said that the reason why you're procrastinating or not motivated to do the things that you know you should be doing is because you don't have any consequences. And believe me, I know what my consequences are. I don't get to live the life that I want to live. So that alone should be enough to kick it into high gear. But here we are. I am just telling on myself because I have to be aware of what is or isn't happening so that I can be better for the next day and the next week and the next month and the next year. So for my habit tracker, I definitely did not do these things as much as I wanted to. So as I'm showing you this in my planner, I am going to make note of what to be mindful of in May. And I'm just gonna write down habit tracking and what I will be tracking, what I won't be tracking. I think that these habits are good things to be tracking, like my cleaning routines. What will make it a lot better for me on a daily basis? Is it the routine that I already have, or do I need to change it for the sake of working from home? And maybe even what kinds of cleaning I'm doing on particular days. But I think that something that will also help in my planning process, I need to jump into my schedule section within my planner to really refine my AM and PM routines. And that's something that we can really dive into when we look in that section, similar to when we did the list section of my planner. So let's see what's on the next page. So, let's go ahead and tell on myself. We just talked about the AM and PM routines and how they don't exist. So that's something that is going to carry over into May. improving those day and night routines. Now, because I'm working from home and I am grateful for it, appreciative of it, the fact that I am enjoying waking up an hour later and taking my time. I went to a few 5 a.m. Orange Theory classes, and that's great. But that means I get up at 3:45 in the morning, and that doesn't happen every day. So that kind of throws off what the schedule should be. And I need to just make it a mission to wake up at the same time every workday so that my body doesn't get thrown out of whack when I'm like, okay, only on this day every other week. I just like the routine. So I'm going to work on what that's going to look like. And my gratitude log, let me tell you how behind it is. It is probably end of March behind. That is bad. And I have a few things I can say that I'm grateful for, a few things that have made me sad, a few things that have made me disappointed, but I can find things to be grateful for, and I need to write those down. I need to. Under the intellectual and, that was the emotional and spiritual section. Under the intellectual and occupational section, I had 3 books that I wanted to read specifically. But the thing is, when it comes to how I read physical books. And because of that, I can't do anything else. Like, I cannot clean the kitchen and read. I cannot, make up the bed and read. I cannot do my skincare and read because I am holding the book, turning the pages. I enjoy reading that way. But for my time management, it is not the best. I think that what I have learned from others when they are reading in a mixed format where they have the physical book, they're also doing the audio version. It's like they don't rate the book the same way as if they would read it on their own because they have the narrator in mind and maybe they don't read it the way that the voice in your head would read it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Hope that makes sense. But anyway, because of the time management piece of it, it takes away from all of those other things that I could be doing as well. So my time management is definitely something that I need to be mindful of because I have these lofty goals when it comes to reading these books. And I don't read as fast as my goals would expect me to read. So I need to alter the goals or alter the books or both, or accept the fact that maybe reading physically and audibly would make the most sense. I don't know. We'll see. Time management is on my list for the month of May. Language learning, let's be honest, the language learning in grad school progress, no progression. Like, no progression. I haven't even sent an email. I haven't reached out to any of the programs, but what I will say, I did find out that one of my classes that I took a couple years ago, it was more than a couple years ago, for a chemistry class, I need that transcript. So I need to get a hold of that before I apply to anybody's school because I need to prove that I know science, So I need to make sure that that is also transferred to whichever schools that I apply for. I did, I believe I went to 4 Orange Theory classes. I'm going to say yes. If not 4, it was 3. But I'm saying yes. I feel like I punished myself 4 times in April. I think so. Yeah. Vitamins are back, yes. And I've also added iron. I've added iron into my vitamin sampler pack. Increased water. I got a new water filter for my fridge, so now I don't have to keep buying bottles of water. That's the only downside to getting accustomed to that water filter in the fridge. Is like, I gotta buy another one. Weekday workouts. Something about getting my car donated. Why isn't it happening? I have not donated anything. I have had a lot of no spends in the month of April, mainly because I've been at home, and because I've been at home, I don't leave the house as much. So I don't eat out as much because I have time to make more food at home rather than I'm getting home so late and I don't want to eat really late. So I just pick something up on the way home and eat it on the way home so that by the time I get home, I don't have to worry about eating too late. So that works out in my favor with working from home as well. And I have been saving because I'm not spending as much on gas. I did turn in my old iPhone, so that is going to be a credit to my future bill. Yes. I have not confirmed a YouTube schedule. I do have one in mind, but I need to test it out for at least 2 weeks in May to then confirm it. And I have met up with quite a few friends in the month of April as well, because my friends that met in my backyard, they got married. Their wedding was beautiful. It was a fun time. It was like a reunion, seeing people from back in Tallahassee, because I mean, some people live up here now and some people obviously don't, but it was really good to see them. And on the side here, I do have the list of books that I wanted to read. I will say, as of now, let me mark it, but you're going to be seeing it after I've done that. But The Perfect Find by Tia Williams, read that. While Justice Sleeps by Stacey Abrams, read that. Ethic 2 by Ashley Antoinette, read that. Black Cake, I'm currently reading. Love Radio, haven't touched it yet. I also read a lot of novellas, which are shorter books. They're very jam-packed. Some of them are like this, very, very small books. Some might be maybe 20 pages up to maybe 200, maybe 180 in that range. And some are short stories. Some are shorter than a short story. No, a short story is shorter than a novella, if I'm not mistaken. I did pick up a few from my novella slash, I'm looking at the books over there, my novella slash short story stack. So I read those in between my longer novels just to break up the monotony of how heavy a book might be in terms of the context and the subject matter. So I kind of break it up with a shorter book that might have maybe 100 pages or something, and it packs a punch. It's so good. So I have quite a few of those, and I'm currently reading Black Cake at the moment by Charmaine Wilkerson and Surrender by Rilzy Adams, who I've grown to enjoy quite a bit. So that is on the reading tip on the book side of things. And to revisit my intentions, I intend to be grateful. I intend to face my fears. I intend to achieve my goals. I intend to believe in myself. I intend to be happy. Now, even though it says I intend to achieve my goals, that's not to say because I didn't mark all of these things off of my April goals checklist, that doesn't mean that my goals can't be met at a later time this year or at all. It's just to say that I'm keeping in mind that I do have these goals and I do plan on achieving them, but I have to remind myself of how to do that. And that's by not procrastinating. Anyway, next, I haven't kept up with my calendar. I have one OTF workout listed here. Like, enough is enough. Enough is enough. There is a certain trip that I want to take in October. And I'm saying want to take as if I haven't already been like putting it in motion. But the way that I want to be on this trip, like happy to be at a point physically where I can say that I've been working consistently. You know what I mean? I've been working on this. I am nowhere near that. Okay? So because of that, I want to go into this potential birthday trip feeling like I'm well on my way to reaching whatever the goal is that I have in mind. I need to kick it into high gear because May to October, the way I just said Happy New Year and I'm already talking about what are the birthday plans, and I'm already trying to figure out like plane tickets to go places for my birthday. Do you get what I'm saying? How the months are not sparing me. They're not sparing me. They're not letting me just take my time and ease into this. Like, technically, I'm 4 months behind. So, yeah. Definitely kicking it in a high gear. Definitely doing that. Definitely tunnel vision, 0 dark 30. The overall goal is to feel better and live longer. That's it. That's it. That is it. Feel better, live longer. That's it. So those are the plans. Let's see what else. I'm going to give you a little bit of a flip in a sense. And I definitely want to replenish some of my things. I don't know if you remember when I talked about my Papermate ink joys, and I like the 1.0 and a lot of people like the 0.7s, but I need ink for them and they don't really make them. So I'm going to sadly have to part ways with this because they're getting harder to find. I guess I'm going to have to bite the bullet and be a Pentel Energel girl. This is the needle tip in a 0.7, which I'm not mad about. And I do like this one mainly on my cloth and paper inserts for the monthly overview because we do have smaller spaces. So I feel like my writing size fits nicely in the spaces with this particular pen. So that's what I have to say about that. We will have more planner related videos pertaining to my subsections in my planner. The schedule section will definitely do breakdowns of that. Projects that I have coming up around the house, as well as the finance section. We will do an update with that. But for now, we have talked about what's been happening with me, what April ended up being. May is definitely going to be the month where I focus a lot on my time management, and I'm hopeful. I think it's gonna go well. It better go well. May is not in the planner currently because I only keep 4 months in here at a time. I will have to go ahead and do a planner refresh in the beginning of the May plan with me. So hopefully you will enjoy that as well because I know people like the planner flips. And then we can feel like we had a fresh start, like, right? That is what I have for this particular video. I'm glad to be back. Again, I didn't start the video this way and I should have, but I want to truly thank you. It has been 188 years since I have started this journey, but we're here now and I'm appreciative. It's just kind of weird that it happened right before my break, and I hope it didn't come off as me trying to like get the 1,000 and dip. But anyway, it took a long time to get here because of consistency. I'm glad that I was able to get here on my own merit and with my own creativity and hard work and inspiration of those that I have organically created relationships with. So I'm very thankful. And here's to the next 1,000. And to my community that I affectionately call the illest. You are the illest to me because you're amazing, because you're sick, you're awesome. I love the 80s, the 90s, early 2000s, so it only made sense for me to call my community the illest. Like, it just makes sense. As a baby from Brooklyn, it just makes sense for me to call you the illest. You're the illest. You're the illest. And I thank you for being here for the planner related videos, the random vlogs. If you were here from when I used to have seasons for my vlogs and going to NBA games together, meeting the basketball teams together, like going on trips with me, my travel diaries, to planner videos, how we're jumping in when I first bought my first planner, and from entering into my reading journey. And if you're here from that, thank you. And I will see you in the next one, which shouldn't be far away from this one because the break is over. Bye.